Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We all remember when we were young, we often received a certain look from our parents that meant, stop what you're doing or you will soon get a whooping. This was a warning expression we all have memories of, especially when guests were around. The look is a universal nonverbal expression that our parents used to get us to obey. You eat too much at the neighbor's house, you get the look. You move around too much when guests come, you get the look. You even dare to talk in front of the guests, you must definitely get the look. My name is Ramatoulie Trawally, and I am here today to talk briefly about nonverbal communication. This is when we communicate without using words. It could be in the form of our body posture, it could be finger or leg tapping, eye contact, rolling of the eyes, or even tightening of the lips. The list goes on and on, but today we will just speak on a few of them. While we grow up, our focus shifts from this nonverbal cue, and as we speak more, we watch and listen less. Nonverbal communication enables people to know what you're talking about. The use of facial expression, hand gestures adds emphasis to one statement. Furthermore, it teaches the positive and negative feelings of a person. It grabs attention and shows you when someone is lying, confident, scared, or just not in the mood to listen to you at all. We'll be talking about 4 of them today with examples. 1. Let us start with finger and leg tapping. Imagine talking to someone and that person is continuously tapping their finger or their leg. This shows that that person at that moment is dissatisfied with what you're saying, uncomfortable, or just wants you to keep quiet. Knowledge of this non-body language enables you to know when to change the conversation dynamics or to just stop talking. 2. Eye contact and eye rolling. A scenario where a partner is trying to give an explanation of something to a jealous and suspicious partner. The partner will be there rolling their eyes left to right, moving it left to right, rolling it, or giving you one nasty corner eye look. This shows that the statements are neither positively internalized nor are they trusted. This mannerism teaches you to go out and buy a consolation gift, go to the kitchen and cook a delicious I am sorry meal, go for a drive, and not to say another word. Number 3, tightening of the lips and taking deep breaths. An example where an employer is talking to the employee and the employee can be seen taking deep breaths or tightening of their lips. It shows that this person is trying to say, oh Lord, give me the strength not to tell this person. Deep breaths are used to show agitation as it calms the nerves. Tightening of the lips, on the other hand, shows dissatisfaction or disapproval. Last but not the least, smiles. A smiling face makes us feel safe, comfortable, and confident. We are more likely to share our emotions and connect with a smiling face than that of a frowning one. We all love those teachers and aunties that smile more compared to the ones that frowned. Non-verbal expressions are quite extensive, and these are just 4 examples. However, equipping oneself with the knowledge of these expressions gives you an advantage in a formal and informal settings, as it enables you to emotionally connect easier with people. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I kindly urge you, as we speak, let us listen and watch more. Thank you.
Well, here I am again, viewers. That's the voice of Miss Ramatoulie Trawally. Ramatoulie is sitting here next to me. That was her end of segment 2 training at the Forbes Academy. She had already done segment 1 with her colleagues, 8 or 10 classes, and this was segment 2. And I'm just going to go straight into it, Ramatoulie. You gave a speech of about 500 words. Yes. You did not stumble, and you spoke. My question is, 3 months ago, would you have done that?
No way, I wouldn't have been able to.
What changed?
The classes, the mentorship, definitely you. Thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I wouldn't have been able to know how to structurize my essays.
Mm-hmm.
You taught us that in class. Secondly, the arm and the earth. Yeah, I remember that very well.
That's right.
I take that and practice it at home as well.
Mm.
So putting all the courses that we took in class into my personal life and practicing it on a daily basis, it gave me an advantage.
Wow.
And I definitely saw it.
Right.
And
So,
I did.
because we are just chatting,
Mhm.
there are all kinds of questions I'm going to ask you.
Yes, sir.
First of all, greet me in, is it Turkish or Turkiya?
Turkish.
Okay, greet me and let me see.
Merhabalar efendim, nasılsınız?
What does that mean?
Hello sir, how are you?
And how do I say I'm fine, thank you?
İyiyim, teşekkürler.
İyiyim, teşekkür ederim. So, how many years were you in Turkey for?
8 years.
8 years.
Yes,
You
sir.
did your university degree there,
Yes.
high school there,
No, just university.
just university,
And then I worked a bit.
and then you worked.
Yes.
Is the language as easy as English?
It's easier than English.
It's easier than English.
Yes, we studied it like equations. You will have the word plus the verb plus the person and
Really?
equals to the combination. Yes,
That's simple.
that's simple.
So, do you find, you've been home for a couple of years now?
Yes.
Do you find yourself sometimes just rattling off in Turkey to
Oh,
your
yes.
family?
Oh yes.
Oh,
And
Lord.
there are some actions that we do in Turkish. When you're frustrated, you'll be like, Aman, Allah, Allah. I do that.
You do that.
So unconsciously.
They
I
even
wouldn't
have
do-
Lahore their hand.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I don't realize I do that. Especially no
Mhm.
in Turkish. The whole world, no is just this.
Yes.
In Turkish, it's
Oh, Lord.
so when someone asks me something, I just do it natural, and they'll just be looking at me, and I
Believing you are saying yes and you are saying no.
they don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. There is a dessert or a chocolate called Turkish delight.
Yes. Lokum.
Lokum.
Yes.
What? Is it sweet? Is it nice? Is it?
It is very sweet.
Do the Turks have a sweet tooth or
Oh yes, they do.
they do?
They do.
That's-
They have thousands of desserts. Thousands.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you miss them?
Oh yes.
Oh, Lord.
I
Lord,
do.
Lord. Do they have ebe there?
No, they do not.
No,
They don't
no.
have that spicy
They
one.
don't have the spicy one.
Yeah.
I was talking with Mr. Mohammed Tunkara,
Mhm.
who came back and he started his business.
Mhm.
Coming back home, what was it like for you?
It was difficult to adjust back because
But this is home.
yes, my situation is different. I come from I don't know whether to call it an Aku home, but it was like an Aku home.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
I was an Aku Pekin. I
Oh,
never, I
oh,
didn't
okay.
play out. I didn't
All right.
socialize out.
Okay.
So my first social exposure was when I traveled.
Mm.
That's when I got the freedom to explore, make my mistakes, learn from my mistakes.
Mhm.
So when I came back, I had the freedom, but it was my first time experiencing social life in Gambia.
Wow. As
Yes.
an adult.
Yes.
So,
So it was difficult. It was. I couldn't understand a lot of things. And
did people say you are a nyak?
oh yes, they always say I look like a Ghanaian, but that has
Oh,
always been like
yeah, you
that.
look like a guy. That's true. Nyak, I don't even know where that word came from. One day somebody told me that. I thought they said you were a nyak. I said, me, I'm a Dipakunda boy. What do you mean? And,
Yes.
but how did you handle that?
It was okay because when I came back, I found myself in the heart of Bakau. So if you're able to live in the heart of Bakau, you can
Yeah.
live anywhere.
The kunku itself.
Exactly.
Wow. And electricity and issues like that.
Oh, it was horrible because I came in July.
Oh, Lord.
Oh yes, and Ankara,
heat.
where I stayed,
Mm.
it didn't have an ocean, so there was no high humidity compared to Gambia. So I came back
Wow.
with the high humidity.
Sweating,
Oh yes.
mosquito,
Oh yes.
poto poto, no light. Have you ever wanted to go back?
Oh yes, there were nights I was crying. I was crying and told my mom, "Oh, I want to go back home." She said, "Home?
This
Like
is home.
This is home."
Okay, the Sarawule say Okara. This is home. But you have settled.
Oh yes,
Right.
I have.
If a PhD was put before you,
Mhm.
would you take it?
Oh yes, I would.
You would.
Yes.
So you
Education first,
education first. All right.
definitely.
So tell me about, this is going to be your mom, your aunts, and everybody, those eyes, because when I read your speech, I thought I know that. Well, now you are talking about the Aku connection. Maybe I can get that, but I'm sure it's Gambian.
It is.
So, does that qualify as child abuse by any chance?
No, I wouldn't call it
I would
child
doubt
abuse.
it. Because we all understood those eyes.
Oh, yes.
And in your speech, you said if you ate too much, you got the look.
Oh, yes.
Visitors were speaking, you added your mouth, you got the look. And if you didn't get the look, then somebody once told me that there is a particular nerve on children's bombs
Yeah.
that goes straight to their brain. When you hit the bomb, the brain tells them what to do. Anyway,
True.
why did you come for public speaking?
I work at the Turkish embassy,
Okay.
and I, on daily basis, deal with high-level officials, both
Okay.
government side and the diplomatic missions as well.
Mhm.
So when I speak to them, there are times that I feel that I am on a higher level,
Okay.
but there are times that I see people that articulate way better than I do. So I believed if I improved myself, I will be able to gain more respect,
Mhm.
and also it will be easy to get things done and communicate easier with people, especially the UN, the FAO, the
Yeah.
EU.
Yeah.
When you speak to them, you realize that these people definitely went through training.
Wow.
So to be able to level myself with them, I knew I had to educate myself, and that's
Wow.
why I talked to a friend of mine. He was in the TSA,
Mhm.
by Matar from National Audit Office.
Just across the
Yes.
road.
So he told me.
Hey, bye,
about-
Matar, thank you. Bring me more.
He told me to come here, and I did, which I didn't regret
Yeah.
at all.
So now there are many people, there's this phrase, and you've heard me say it over. As for Pastor Forbes, we are they've come.
Yes.
Maybe, but you now know
Mhm.
because there are things we've done, we've trained, we've done acronyms, we've done many things.
Mhm.
3 bad moves, branding,
Mhm.
3 pillars of persuasion, poise, posture, dress code,
Obviously.
and all that, the fear factor, the
Oh,
4
yeah.
types of faces.
Mhm.
And my question is this to you, Ramatoulie. You know, you could have used that money to do something else.
Yeah.
Tell me about your sense of discipline,
Mhm.
because I can almost bet my last dollar say that just because of who you are and where you work, there is some economic responsibility on your shoulder.
Okay.
How are you able to navigate all that until you are able to carve out time to
Mhm.
pay for your training?
I was lucky to get financial discipline from my father when we were young. I could remember at an early age when we get the salibo,
Yes.
we do not spend it. I'm not used to
Wow.
spoiling money. So we
Wow.
had 2 Ovaltine jars, and then he had a sticker, Ramatoulie and Bintu.
Wow.
Yeah. So if we found money on the floor, we put it there. If we
Wow.
received money
Thank
from
you, Dad.
any family member, we put it in the jar. If we received it during the syllabus time, we put it there. So when it was time for the new academic year, he will take the jar, and we will go together. I studied at Ndaus, and we will buy our own uniforms,
Wow.
go to Mrs. Blaine, buy
So
our own bag.
responsibility
Yes,
at that age.
at that age, nursery, primary. So I'm used
Can
to
you
it.
please say that again slowly and look into that camera to the young people who are looking for iPhone 15, iPhone 99, and they want to eat ebe and ebe and ebe and ebe and drift cars?
No, I always say it. If anyone gives me an iPhone, I'm going to sell it. I
Wow.
can't be using an $80,000 phone at this stage. It doesn't make sense. It's not financially advisable. I wouldn't.
So if they say Kimom da for solve, what will you-
$80,000, I can paint my mom's house.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
$80,000.
So at an early age, responsibility
Yes.
came to you.
Yes, and I am very good at organizing money. When I receive my salary, I have my mini envelopes.
Wow.
This one is for credit, my mom's
Wow.
allowance, the
Wow.
cash power,
Wow.
my car fuel.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
That's
So I budgeted, and that's how I was able to come to you for classes.
If somebody told you that the Gambian youth are feeling helpless,
Mm-hmm.
hopeless, literally they have resigned, and that's why they are doing Barkway, and now we are hearing about Kush and Ginebas and all that. And yet somebody else tells you that, but Look, this is becoming overrated because we all were born here. Me, I'm a Dipakunda boy. So if I have take it fee, you can take it. Where would you strike your balance with what the Gambian youth needs in terms of maybe inspiration, mentorship, apprenticeship from their peers, their elders, parents, and just being as self-motivated and really responsible as you are?
I believe in the inspiration from the family and from the school. We were taught just education, education, that is the writing, the reading, and the speaking. But then I realized as I was growing and when I traveled the importance of vocational skills.
Yes.
And we do not emphasize on that here. We think it's a cheap
We
job.
look down on it.
Yes, we definitely do.
It's built Germany, it's built many countries.
Exactly. They had to go take the Turks to build Germany.
Wow.
They had to. So when you travel out, it's easier to make it with a vocational job than with a degree. It's easier. So I don't see the youth going forward with the vocational skills. After high school, they just go and look for an office job. But that's just not all. You can go and study hair making, makeup, is it carpentry,
Yep.
welding. There are so many that you could do, and then with time you can even have your own shop. You don't
You know,
literally need to travel out.
Ramatoulie, there was a time I was told, and I hope I'm right, that in England there were people considering leaving their jobs as chartered accountants to work as plumbers because the call-out fee of a plumber per hour
Yes,
was more than what an accountant was making. Because,
yes. They're
yeah,
living comfortable there.
yeah,
They
yeah.
are.
Wow.
They are.
So what's Ramatouli's social life? Or is it all organization? You have an envelope for social life. Yusu is coming today. Well, sorry, I'll watch him live. I'm not doing.
Oh, I have a witness for Yusuf. He's the
Okay.
only one that can take me out. But apart from that, I don't.
All right, okay.
Yes,
So Yusu, don't come often.
Oh, please come, Yusuf. Please come.
Right. So while you were in Turkey, how did you fit in? I guess I'm trying to talk about the R word.
Yes.
Did it happen to you?
No.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
that's something I can say anywhere. It's not because I'm working at the Turkish embassy. Turkish people are not racist.
Wow.
They can be ignorant, but they are
Okay.
not racist. So it takes a strong mind to be able to differentiate the two. So they will behave in a certain way. You will feel they are racist, but they are not. It's just recently that a lot of black people started coming into Turkey, and Ankara especially. We didn't have a lot during my time. So I will go out to the city center, and most people, that will be the first time they will see a black person in their life.
Will they come and
Oh, yes.
find out whether he's
But they will do that.
is
And
robbing?
yeah. And I lived in the dorm, and we are used to taking our showers every day. And they'll ask me, you take your shower every day, why is it that your color doesn't change? So I had to choose, do I get angry or do I just teach
Yes.
them? So I decided to teach them and understand that they just don't know. And that changed my perspective. So instead of having a stressful, depressed life there, I just saw an opportunity to just
Wow.
engage with them and
You,
teach them.
you're very proactive. That's good.
Yeah.
And what would you now say to another Gambian who spent the length of time you spent in Turkey, exact same scenario? She's now coming home for the first time. The re-entry into the country. What 3-4 things would you tell her before she packs on that Turkish flight on Sunday morning, or we go and look for her where we don't want to see her?
One, don't always be on time.
Oh Lord, come on! Wow. All right. Okay.
I
Yeah, I
went to a
cannot.
wedding. I was the first one there. Yes,
Must have been shocked.
it was. It was. It happened to me on several occasions.
So
and
what
I
does that
was
do to you? Does that change your sense of punctuality, excellence, efficiency, on timeness?
Yes, it changed it. I was never late. I was always on time. People were always talking about it, but now, no. I'm changing iron.
Oh Lord, please no. Please no, Ramatoulie, no, just stay like that. So how can you even, somebody's coming and tell you, look, anywhere you are going, go 2 hours late. That's when they are coming. Okay, number two, what's been your experience? Look, this is not just you. Many others, I've talked to all of them who have come home. Somebody, Tunkara said they had to install this thumb printing machine, and I even know an office where they installed the thumb printing machine and somebody poured coffee on it
Oh my
just so
God.
that it will not work, so that they'll
Oh.
come late.
Late.
So number two, what?
Be open-minded.
Okay.
People are different. So the mentality outside and here in Gambia is very different. If you try to understand them with the Western world, it will not work. It will definitely not work. Gambians are kind, but they're slow. We like doing, I'm sorry, cul-de-sac. We like doing stuff, fat, fat, fat, fat.
Hi, driver be them na. Hi, manko or them na. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Slow.
I talk fast, I walk fast, I do everything fast. And here it's not like that. And it hinders with work as well. When you want something fat, fat, you cannot get it. You have to wait for a week for us. Just a simple document that I know it's just lying somewhere.
So your friend in Turkey should hear that. So when she comes, it's not, I want it on my table.
No, no, no.
It's not gonna come.
No, no. You have to exercise patience. So the timeliness, you have to be lenient with the time, and you have to have patience.
So when you came home, so how was it with your mom? Did she think that you are too fast? You're different nanka,
Yes, she did, and the dressing as well.
and the dress. Wow.
Yeah, she couldn't understand, and I didn't want to change. So.
All right. So let's fast forward. Ramatoulie's
Yes.
daughter wants to go to Turkey. Would you agree?
Yes. It does. If you can survive Turkey, you can survive almost anywhere.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You've been to Lagos before?
No, but I've had a lot of Nigerian friends.
Yes.
Yes.
What's their food like in Turkey?
The food, it can be seen from this. So.
All right, all right.
Yes.
So you enjoyed it?
Oh yes, there's a lot of meat. There's
Wow.
a lot of kebab. That's
Wow.
what it's called. Yes.
Wow.
A whole lot.
There's a university, or there's something that a lot of Gambians are going to, Cyprus. Is it around that same area?
Yes, Cyprus is divided into two.
Okay.
One of them is next to Greece. The
Okay.
other one is under the Turkish government.
All right.
But it's a country of its own.
Yes,
They have a president.
that I know.
Yes, so the universities there, they opened a portal which Gambians can apply to. So the Gambians have been going there and applying, and they are accredited universities.
Right. And I know the medical facilities there, because I know somebody who many years ago went for treatment there. They have an American hospital there and things like
Oh,
that.
they are, and
Wow.
it's cheaper
Mhm.
compared to the tax in the United States and the UK.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to
And
get
it's
the
same
job.
quality.
Oh yes, it is. It is.
All right, so let's remove punctuality and all that. What three things would you like to see in this country that would just make it turn around?
3 things I would like.
Okay, let's throw in the punctuality as one, I'm sure. Because that would really solve a lot of problems.
Yes, it will. It definitely will. When you have a show, I went to a show once. I'm not doing that again.
Never again.
It was supposed to start at 2 a.m. I don't understand why. It was a concert. It didn't start at 2. I think it started at 4. I was sleeping. I just had my jacket down and I just slept, and my best friend was like, "How can you sleep?" And I just slept.
Wow.
So that is something that if we change, we will have a lot to show in the Western world, I think. A lot of people.
What would you say to drivers? We have this 3-lane where we are all, it's like a circus, it's a merry-go-round. We're all going any way we like, and
I think
it's yesterday I was going just the roundabout here, and I had right of way, and this taxi guy was coming, he was tooting, and I just did that to him the first time, and you meet it, sir. And I just said, okay, no problem.
so I am the wrong person to ask when it comes to driving.
Yeah.
Because Turkey, the drivers are crazy.
Oh, really? So
Oh,
ours are better?
Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, when you're in the back of the car, you keep moving from left to right. So you have to belt yourself or you'll be definitely. we do have to be careful. We do,
Yes.
because it's not safe. We've seen a lot of deaths lately. And this is a small country. Each death is shared, that pain is shared by a whole lot of families.
That's
So we
true.
definitely have to
That's
be
true.
careful,
Well,
especially on this new highway.
drivers, NRA, everybody, I hope you're listening to.
Yes.
Now tell me, mom and dad, who did the eye?
Oh, both
more?
of them. I was so hyperactive, Pastor. I was a very naughty child. I couldn't sit in one
You?
place. Yes.
So the eye walked with you.
Oh, yes. I knew what it meant. I knew what
amazing.
it meant. Yes.
I mean, I remember my mom too, when visitors come and, you know, sometimes you just run from you say, mommy, mommy, mommy, and you see the eye, you just do a roundabout view back to your room.
Yes.
And you are praying that whole night that nerve does not talk to you.
Yes.
And then, you know, I don't know what your parents are. Mine, they always start to say, go bring me shoes. You know that go bring me, the shoe is not there.
Yes.
And then you are tiny, you go, you say, they're under my bed, and then you go under, then you hear the door creak. Then you know, Lord help me. And
Yes.
they will whoop you. But you know what, we turned out great.
Oh, yes, we did.
I'm so happy for that. You know, my parents of blessed memory and the African parents, teachers, religious leaders, we turned out great. So sometimes I'm not too sure what my definition of child abuse is. It's like
It's home training.
yeah, it's, you know, somebody said it goes back to the home. So I know you're probably going to come for TFA segment 3.
I want to.
I maybe some of my examiners are listening, but I'll just throw this out. That her speech, I told her it qualifies for a segment 3 exam speech.
Thank
But
you.
I told her she should not be lazy. What other speech would you like to talk about?
Hmm.
And while you're thinking about it, let's even come. How did you rehearse this speech? Because,
Yeah.
see, what people don't know is that word for word, you gave the speech, no paper, no sweating, no sweaty palms, no arm. You looked at us, you looked into the camera, and you spoke. And you were not reading and shaking. So how many times did you rehearse this speech at home?
A lot, Pastor.
More than
A
20?
lot. That's too small. A lot.
Wow.
A lot. I did it a lot. I can remember in the bathroom, I'm doing my makeup, I'll be like this. And I'm talking. My sister will be like, who are you talking to? Are you on the phone? No, I'm talking to Pastor.
And there was a day you were going to the mosque and you were saying, let us not wallow in the valley
Exactly.
of despair. It's like,
So I should be praying to God. I was like, let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I'm like,
even though we
what
face
am
the
I
difficulties
doing?
of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
So when people see me, they think I'm crazy. When I have space with the lady that cleans at the office, I'm like, are you free? She said, yes. Listen to me. And then I just talk
Oh,
to her.
you give her the speech.
Yes.
Wow.
My colleague, the same thing. Are you free? Yes. I give it to everybody.
Oh.
Yes.
So basically the discipline, the determination, the consistency, the intentionality, if that is driven as a core value in all of us, especially our young people, we can get results like this.
Yes.
And I remember when you finished, one of your colleagues said, she has spoken for us, Pastor. We don't need to speak. We can't speak after her. But that was really, really great. That was
Thank
really
you.
great.
Yes,
And
Pastor. You said something about Yala da Flame. I used to think Yala da Flame.
yala menama. But yala base at all. You got to do this thing.
Yes.
So let me challenge you now. Can you give me the speech here?
I can try.
As much as you can. Let's go. So what you heard, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can hear it from her. This is Sunday evening. Relax. Don't judge her. I'll stop her along the line, but let's hear
Okay.
the speech.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We all remember when we were young, we often received a certain look from our parents that meant, stop what you're doing or you will soon get a whooping. This was a warning expression we all have memories of, especially when guests were around. The look is a universal nonverbal expression that is used by our parents to get us to obey. You eat too much at the neighbor's house.
You get the look.
You move around too much when the guests come.
You get the look.
You even dare to talk in front of the guests.
You get the look.
You get the look. My name is Ramatoulie, and I wrote a speech to talk briefly about nonverbal communication. This is when we communicate without using words. It could be in the form of finger tapping, leg tapping, rolling of the eyes, taking deep breaths, or even pursing of the lips. The list goes on and on, but we will elaborate on just a few today. While we grow up, our focus shifts from these nonverbal cues, and as we speak more, we listen and watch less. Nonverbal communication enables people to know what you are talking about. The use of hand gestures and facial expression adds emphasis to one statement. Furthermore, it teaches you both the negative and positive feelings of a person. It grabs attention and shows you when someone is scared, confident, lying, or just not in the mood to listen to you at all. My speech, I wrote 4 examples, and I will elaborate on them right now. The one I will start with is finger tapping and leg tapping. Imagine talking to someone and that person is continuously tapping their finger or their leg. It shows that that person is uncomfortable, dissatisfied with what you're saying, or just want you to stop talking. Knowledge of this nonverbal expression teaches you to know when to stop talking or to change the or to try and change the I forgot the
The
word.
way, the style, the
Yes,
manners, yeah.
the mannerism of the speech of the topic you're talking about. Secondly, it's the eye rolling and eye contact. This one is the lovers. So imagine a partner trying to give an explanation of something to a jealous and suspicious lover, and that person is looking from left to right, rolling their eyeballs or giving you one nasty corner-eyed look.
Wow.
It shows that what that person is saying at that moment is neither internalized positively nor is it trusted. This mannerism teaches you to go and buy a consolation gift, go to
Oh.
the kitchen, cook a delicious I am sorry meal, go for a drive, and not to say another word.
And don't open your mouth and say anything.
Number 3, deep breaths and tightening of the lips. An employer, this is an example, an employer talking to an employee, and the employee can be seen taking deep breaths or pursing their lips. This might mean, oh,
Oh
Lord,
God,
give
help
me
me
the
not to
strength
kill
not
this
to kill
man.
this person.
I know the speech.
As taking deep breaths shows agitation, we take deep breaths to calm our nerves. Tightening of the lips, on the other hand, shows disapproval. Last but not the least, smiles. We are more likely to connect with a smiling face. A smiling face makes us feel comfortable, relaxed, and confident. We all remember those smiling our teachers that smiled, the aunts that smiled. We love them more than the ones that frown. So we are more likely to share and connect with a smiling face than that of a frowned one. So nonverbal cues are extensive, Pastor, and these are just a few.
Wow.
Knowledge of this will add an advantage in both the formal and informal settings. So I urge everyone,
Wow.
as we speak,
Wow.
let us watch
Wow.
and listen even more.
Wow.
Thank you.
Can
I hope
you
I didn't
imagine?
jumble it.
I don't know. They don't know. It was sweet. It was great. I remember when I was adjusting your speech for what I call speakability presentation, I kept on saying T-A-K-I-N-G, T-A-K, and I said, Ramatoulie, it's talking, it's talking. But then it was your Turkish
Keyboard.
keyboard.
I have Turkish, French, and English.
You speak French?
I was learning French before coming to you.
Wow.
Yeah, so I
All right.
finished
So
the 2 levels.
so this is a diplomat in the making. All right.
Yeah.
So you find yourself rattling on in Turkish sometimes.
Yes, there was a time, a funny scenario. I was in class in French class. They were teaching us how to buy something. So the teacher asked, how much is this in French? And I was supposed to say $5, but I was saying cinq. $5. That means 5 in Turkish. The teacher looked at me. I said, $5. And he didn't understand. Everyone was saying, no,
C'est
trans,
cinq,
trans.
c'est
I'm
pas
like, no,
beige.
I don't want to say 35. I want to say 5. So, $5.
Oh Lord.
Then later on, I realized I was speaking Turkish. I'm like, oh, sorry. So it happens. There are times that I want to speak and the Turkish just comes out.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Ramatoulie, this has been so nice, so sweet.
Thank you.
I know
Pastor.
you are definitely, we're going to hear more from you. The world is going to hear more from you.
Thank you.
It's all about finding exactly who you are and
Yeah.
what should happen to you. So maybe just look into that camera and talk to the young people.
The youth, do not give up. Life is not all about offices. I'm sorry, sir, for this. I'm sorry to my boss.
Just go ahead.
Left to me alone, I will not be in the office. I will be doing my own thing. The 9 to 5 kind of limits you. There are so many options out there, So don't focus on social media or these movies thinking it's all about the office, being in finance, being in corporate offices. It's not all about that. Try and find something you need that you are good at. And if you love it, enjoy it, life becomes different. You don't need to travel out. It's difficult out there.
Wow.
And you are always alone.
And with punctuality, with discipline,
Yes.
with the two
Discipline.
jars, all will be well.
Discipline, and consistency.
Wow.
Yes. Those two
You know,
together,
they
you will
sound
make
so
it.
sweet and nice, but they look like foreign to people when you want to talk to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramu, thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much, Pastor.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Well,
you.
JAAMA FM, I promised you, I think this is the top of the cake. We are ending the 6 months of 2024 today, the 30th of June. It's just been phenomenal listening to this woman. So many takeaway points, played over and over again. Share the link, reshare, post. There is a lot more that's going to come. We've heard from Mohammed Tunkara today. We've heard from JCN Voice, John Charles Jai, and we've now heard from Ramatoulie Trawally. I need to sign off. I need to watch, find out whether my team won and whether the team I want to lose has lost. They shall remain unnameable. But we'll be recording something tomorrow, I believe, and we'll just continue and continue until we find our form. Thank you so much for listening, whichever time zone you are in, whichever country you are in. God bless you. I wish I could say that in Turkish. I don't know how they say it. I can say shalom, that one I know. I can say ayarama. I can say atelu natenki. I can say kodievu beniz. God bless you in French. How would you say that in Turkey?
God bless you.
In Turkey?
Oh God, I don't think we have something like that.
Oh, okay, have a nice day.
İyi günler.
Igun.
İyi günler.
Igunla. All right. What do I say to the team that lost tonight? I want to tell them something. Two. So this team, two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a peaceful night. Tomorrow is July. We're trusting that God will take us through the rest of 2024. Success stories, heroes, heroines will come here and we'll have a great time. Good night until we come away again.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We all remember when we were young, we often received a certain look from our parents that meant, stop what you're doing or you will soon get a whooping. This was a warning expression we all have memories of, especially when guests were around. The look is a universal nonverbal expression that our parents used to get us to obey. You eat too much at the neighbor's house, you get the look. You move around too much when guests come, you get the look. You even dare to talk in front of the guests, you must definitely get the look. My name is Ramatoulie Trawally, and I am here today to talk briefly about nonverbal communication. This is when we communicate without using words. It could be in the form of our body posture, it could be finger or leg tapping, eye contact, rolling of the eyes, or even tightening of the lips. The list goes on and on, but today we will just speak on a few of them. While we grow up, our focus shifts from this nonverbal cue, and as we speak more, we watch and listen less. Nonverbal communication enables people to know what you're talking about. The use of facial expression, hand gestures adds emphasis to one statement. Furthermore, it teaches the positive and negative feelings of a person. It grabs attention and shows you when someone is lying, confident, scared, or just not in the mood to listen to you at all. We'll be talking about 4 of them today with examples. 1. Let us start with finger and leg tapping. Imagine talking to someone and that person is continuously tapping their finger or their leg. This shows that that person at that moment is dissatisfied with what you're saying, uncomfortable, or just wants you to keep quiet. Knowledge of this non-body language enables you to know when to change the conversation dynamics or to just stop talking. 2. Eye contact and eye rolling. a scenario where a partner is trying to give an explanation of something to a jealous and suspicious partner. The partner will be there rolling their eyes left to right, moving it left to right, rolling it, or giving you one nasty corner eye look. This shows that the statements are neither positively internalized nor are they trusted. This mannerism teaches you to go out and buy a consolation gift, go to the kitchen and cook a delicious I am sorry meal, go for a drive, and not to say another word. Number 3, tightening of the lips and taking deep breaths. An example where an employer is talking to the employee and the employee can be seen taking deep breaths or tightening of the lips. It shows that this person is trying to say, oh Lord, give me the strength not to tell this person. Deep breaths are used to show agitation as it calms the nerves. Tightening of the lips, on the other hand, shows dissatisfaction or disapproval. Last but not the least, smiles. A smiling face makes us feel safe, comfortable, and confident. We are more likely to share our emotions and connect with a smiling face than that of a frowning one. We all love those teachers and aunties that smile more compared to the ones that frowned. Non-verbal expressions are quite extensive, and these are just 4 examples. However, equipping oneself with a knowledge of these expressions gives you an advantage in a formal and informal settings, as it enables you to emotionally connect easier with people. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I kindly urge you, as we speak, let us listen and watch more. Thank you.
Wow.